Hi there again, this is Carol King, the developer of Custom Home Builder Solutions, a job costing and accounting software that is also known as CHS. In this particular video, I have got the window where purchase orders are created, edit, print, email purchase order, and all of it's filled in with its amounts and all of that other stuff. That's in other videos. That's not what this video is about. This video is going to be about uploading and attaching some files that can be in the body of the purchase order before you send it out. And then it's also going to be about creating a hard copy of the purchase order that you can send out to the vendor, and that when the vendor receives it via email, there will be a reply button and the vendor can go use that reply that opens a mobile version of just what the vendor can see, and the vendor will be able to sign the PO. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to upload their bid and attach it to this PO. And I just made a strange little bid that I'm going to upload, and then I'm going to go to my folder for Robert's Custom Homes, and I see that I've got Austin Star Roofing bid right here. And so I'm going to upload it. The small URL gets set for you, and what that is something that you can copy. And I'm going to go ahead and do Control C, hold down my Control key and press the letter C, because I know I want to put this bid actually in the body of the PO. And I'll show you that. What'll happen if I paste that short URL right here, you can see that it goes and it opens that bid. So what I'm going to do is I might go over here and I might type Austin Star bid for roofing for H11 River, just so I make sure it's a unique title for this one. You've now uploaded something. It's now stored in your basic file cabinet. You could go to the file cabinet and actually find this, but I'll save this and I'll close. What you'll see after I do that is now we have an attached file 1. We could go back and open that window I just had open. If I wanted to make some changes, I could click the paperclip icon and see the same thing I just showed you a minute ago, or I could remove it. I could clear the attachment by using this. I know that I still have in my clipboard that small URL, so I want to put it in the body, and then I might highlight over it and make it blue, so when they open there, I'll show you how when they're opening the purchase order they'll be able to see this, that it'll look more like a link. So I want to go ahead and save what I just did there so I get all my tools back. And just because, just for the fun of it, I'm going to upload a second file that has no meaning. I'll probably just do a picture or something. So I'm uploading, and I'll just go to pictures, and maybe I'll just do some tulips, and I can double click on it and you'll see it coming in. And then since it is a photo, you'll see it, but I might just put tulips, photo attached to PO. I can see down here that it has Austin Star and all that other stuff. This is just the file cabinet stuff where you're titling something if you're just looking for it straight in the file cabinet. So now I want to show you what's going to happen when I click to print store the PO. And I might want to choose a certain style. You can set up various styles, I should mention that, but you could add a new report style. And when you go to set up, you could call it something else. Or, the other one is maybe called work order as the title that would be at the top, and you can put some main body that will come in at the bottom of your PO when you print it. But I do have some other videos more about that. So I would select which style I wanted. If I wanted this to come out as a work order, which is a style that I have, I could do that. But I'm going to leave it at the PO, and we're going to do print store PO. If this wasn't signed yet, if I edit by stored, I can store a signed signature, but that's already there. If I click to sign, it clears it out. And if you haven't stored one, or done this before for this PO, this is what you'll see. I stored a signature, so I'm just going to use my stored signature so I don't have to worry about it. Let me just sign again. Let's just have me sign it just because, kind of Carol King, and then commit. So then you have some options. You can open a purchase order that on the face of the purchase order will include both attachments that you have, or we'll just include the first attachment, which we know is that vendor bid, or we'll include just the second attachment, which would just be a picture of tulips, or I say no attachment.
So I am stepping into the middle of the video because we have now made a slight change in what I'm about to talk about next. So what I'm going to do is choose to do a PO with the first attachment only, because that's the bid that we're wanting to send to them. I could do with both attachments, But since I butt into this video, it's even a different attachment than what I was talking about. So let's open the purchase order PDF with first attachment. The first thing you're going to see is an HTML web view for quick view or printing of this PO. Mostly this would be just for quick view to see if you've gotten what you like. Now notice CHS went ahead and put PO attachment 1 in here, which is the same as what we highlighted and copied into the body of our notes. When you export this to PDF and open with your own reader, Acrobat or Adobe Reader or whichever one you like, you'll notice that those links become active with the hand, and that if you click on them, you'd be opening the attachment, which would be that vendor bid. So I'll click that one, and you can see that it's the vendor bid, and I'll close that. And this is the same thing. So if I had not copied and pasted it into here, it would be here because I told it to do one with the first attachment only, which would also open that vendor bid. So on we go. But you can see that if you just emailed this PDF to them like this without storing a hard copy and using the comments in CHS, they could get that and they could refer to their own bid that's inside the PDF of this purchase order. So there's that. But when you close this, CHS is going to ask you if you'd like to store a hard copy. That means we're done with this PO, we don't want to change it anymore, we're ready to send a copy to the vendor, and CHS has some tools for you sending the hard copy to the vendor via a comment. And then it will tell them to click a button to use our communication portal. They can use the communication portal, open up the comment for this PO, and then actually there's a little pencil edit icon on their comment so that they could sign the PO. As soon as they do that and commit it, CHS will automatically send you an email and a comment saying that they have signed the PO, and it will update the PO hard copy to include their signature. Now that's going to be more about that in other videos. I'm just talking about right now what happens when you do some uploads and create a PO. But if I say store hard copy, a window for our file cabinet is open. It's open so that things can be tagged, but CHS has done all of that for you. It's put in the vendor name, it's put in a title, so everything's good. That means it is stored in your file cabinet, a hard copy of your PO. And if I close this, you're going to see that now it's saying PO hard copy, and there's a little paperclip icon, and that a lot of things have become disabled or hidden, and it's telling you that here. It says since the hard copy has been saved to this PO, it means that a vendor could have seen this PO and signed it. Therefore, the PO notes and other fields that would change info that is on the hard copy have been disabled. To make changes to the disabled fields, you would need to click this little red X right here, and the hard copy would be removed, and something would open to send to the vendor to say we removed the hard copy. You can delete the comment that opens if you don't want to send that to the vendor, or send it to the vendor saying we're changing out the hard copy. So if you look here and click the paperclip icon for the hard copy and click to open, you're going to see that it opens so that you can see it again, that particular PO. And you're going to also notice that right here you don't have a hand over these things, and that's because when it opens like that, you need to go ahead and download it with some download icon that you might have in your browser there to open it with your reader. Once you open it in a reader, which is what most people would do that receive the PO, you'll see you have the hand to open those short URLs. So that's pretty much it about storing a hard copy. If you want to send the hard copy, you can then do it, send hard copy. And CHS will create a comment that can be sent to the vendor Austin Star by clicking send. If you try to click add attachment, you're going to see that there's already an attachment here, and what that is the hard copy of the PO. If I clicked it, you just see the same hard copy again. They will receive it, and they'll have information. If you take a look at the send stuff that they will get, it says we've sent a message, please don't reply to this message, use our communication portal, and there will be a button there for them right at the top for that to open the communication portal. Now right here it says the message, and it shows an attachment, and it has a short URL to the attachment in case they want to copy and paste it into their browser to look at it, in case the link doesn't work because of all of their firewalls, that type of thing. But if you send it, it will go out to the vendor if you click send the email. I'm actually going to go back, and I'm going to delete this comment because I'm not really sending it to anybody. But it would be in your comment things, and then you could receive a signed one back. So I'm going to stop with the butt-in that I did and continue with the old video for the rest of this.
In a second, I'm going to hand it to Josh to show you him receiving it on that end. But the first thing I'd like you to see is that over here in the comments of the PO, if you click it, it's going to open all comments related to this particular purchase order. But you can see here, it's the latest comment that's been sent first. So you can see that one went out to Austin Star Roofing and to demo. You can see the last sent information if you're curious as to whether you sent it. If you notice that all those are blank or you forgot, you can actually just go ahead and send the email again, and you can be drilling down. If you see this comment when opening a comments list and you don't have the PO open, you could just use the comment to go back to edit this PO. This will show you the hard copy of the PO. This will show you some contact information, that kind of thing. This will do a report of this comment, and this up here will do a report of all the comments for this purchase order. So I'm going to close that, and I'm going to close that, and I'm going to hand this off to Josh to show what happens on the vendor side receiving this PO.
Alright, my name is Josh, and I am here to show you guys what things look like from the other end. Whether you're opening these messages on a mobile device or your computer, you will see a very similar layout. So in this case, this first message is to Austin Star Roofing. So you can see you've got the email here, it's got the message in it, it's got the attachment, it's got some information down here at the bottom about the job, and some reference information. So we're going to hit this click to reply. This will then open up the mobile version of the comments tool, and it will open up the comments list. And once this loads up, we should be able to see this comment that has the PO on it. So I do believe this is the one we're looking for here. So you can see this little pencil icon down in the left hand corner. That is there because we need to sign this PO, so I will tap on that. Brings up this here. You can then sign on here, so I will just scribble that. Say commit, put your name in the box, and say save and send. And so what this is doing is it's creating a new hard copy of the PO that is now signed. So once this is done, it should take us back to the comments list. An email has been sent. Awesome. So we'll now come back to the comments list. Here's our comment here, and if we tap on the purchase order and we say click to open, you can see there that signature right there in the middle, vendor acceptance. So now it is showing as signed.
Oops, I think I cut Josh off just a little bit in the recording he sent me, but I wanted to come back after Josh did the signing as Austin Star of the PO and show you that CHS automatically added a comment that did get emailed to the Demo 1 user that sent them the PO. So when you first open CHS, you can right away see the comments to and from you. There's all sorts of other places where you can see the comments, like I showed you on the PO window. You could see these same comments. But I just wanted to show you that when you first open CHS and you're on the launch page, you can actually see these comments that we were triggering. One that was sending out the PO to the vendor, and one that's from Demo 1 and to Demo 2 and Austin Star Roofing. And you can see that there was a comment made that did get sent as an email. So if I do last sent information, I can see it got sent to me as the user. So I would have gotten an email telling me that Austin Star had signed this purchase order, but also it has stored a comment here. If there's anything else I want to do about the PO, as I mentioned earlier, I could click to edit the PO straight from here. You're going to see other comments. There's a comment from a buyer about saying they'll be paying their draw request. Other comments that you've received in the last 5 days will show here. And if you want to change the show dates, you can. So it's not just the last 5 dates. You can select some dates yourself. But this is what you'll see on your launch page. If you go onto the main menu and all that and go back to the launch and some new comments have happened, you'll need to refresh because we don't want to slow your CHS down by periodically just making this comments list refresh. So if you're wanting to check on your latest comments and do it quickly, you could do it from here or from the home main menu. You can click this comments icon. You can select a job. You can select a cost code to see all the comments for the job in that cost code. Or you could select a job and a vendor and open those similar kinds of comments lists. I won't do that here, but I just wanted to show you how that particular one marked in yellow as if it's from Austin Star Roofing, because they're actually the ones that did the signature. It's like Austin Star Roofing is sending you a comment saying I signed it, basically. So I think that sort of wraps up what I wanted to say about purchase orders, uploading attachments to purchase orders, having those be on the face of the purchase order, and how you can send the purchase order to the vendor and have the vendor sign it. Thank you so much for watching.